Longevity biotechnology is routinely framed as a billionaire immortality race or a simple search for a miracle anti-aging gene. That narrative distorts the actual science. There is no single reset button. We are looking at a difficult state transition problem inside a living system. A young organism possesses a superior capacity to manage damage. It repairs faster, preserves tissue boundaries, and buffers metabolic stress. Conversely, an old body loses this steering capacity. Stress that would once be absorbed now produces inflammation, fibrosis, or immune misfire. The biological idea driving current research traces back to Shinya Yamanaka. His work proved that cells contain regulatory instructions that determine which genes are read or silenced. By applying specific factors, mature cells can be pushed backward toward a youthful stem cell-like state. This is known as epigenetic reprogramming. This biological force creates massive danger when unconstrained. If a cellular reset goes too far, the cell loses its structural identity. It forgets what it is supposed to be and triggers the growth of chaotic, disorganized tumors. Modern longevity requires a focus on biological governance. The challenge lies in restraining the power we generate to ensure a highly constrained state transition. This requires a shift toward rigorous systems engineering. The energetic paradigm, or EP, acts as a biological operating stack. It demands that we map strict constraints and causal failures before applying any intervention. This diagram shows a cell's state space, plotting the path from an aged origin point to a youthful target zone. The EP framework requires scientists to map interacting failure loops here. Triggering a strong regenerative signal in a highly inflamed environment could inadvertently accelerate the path toward identity loss or cancer. The intervention must thread a precise needle. The biological signal must be strong enough to restore function, but calibrated so the cell remains the correct cell type. This means the order of operations is a design variable. Aging interventions may not commute. You might need to clear senescent cells or correct metabolic failure before initiating any reprogramming. True rejuvenation requires strict systemic choreography. Biological order is treated as deliberate design, ensuring the tissue is stabilized before the first reprogramming force is applied. Control over this choreography depends on delivery. The delivery modality acts as a physical safety brake, dictating how much force reaches the tissue, how widely it spreads, and whether the system can be stopped. Permanent viral vectors offer strong expression but are difficult to shut off. Transient mRNA provides explicit timing control. It doesn't insert into the genome, but it faces targeting limits and repeat dose immune reactions. Because these variables are so volatile, optic neuropathy programs serve as the ideal first arena for testing. The human eye provides a bounded, measurable environment. The eye is structurally isolated. It allows scientists to deliver an intervention locally, capture objective imaging of visual endpoints, and monitor a volatile state transition without risking whole body instability. Mastering this localized environment is the mandatory clinical prerequisite. We must prove we can steer biology safely on a small scale before addressing systemic longevity. This discipline extends to how we rank evidence. AI factor discovery and cell culture reversal are mechanism signals. They do not constitute proof of organism-level control. Successful clinical translation depends on human functional endpoints. A molecular clock moving backward is less important than a tissue regaining its safe operating range, like restored vision or metabolic resilience under stress. This pyramid shows longevity's phased commercial architecture. Treatments enter as severe, localized disease therapies long before scaling to preventive maintenance. Transitioning to whole-body prevention introduces multiplying risk variables. Delivery burden, repeatability, and regulatory justification become exponentially more complex. Longevity biotechnology has evolved into a challenge of architecture. Success will be defined by whoever builds the safest, most governable system, moving past the era of mere biological force.